Hi everyone. Today we get to talk about the 2024 Lytton Springs. The 2024 growing year was a second year of generous rainfall. We had a brief heat spike in July, which fried some of the Carignan and some of the Petit Syrah, kind of reducing yields in some of these blocks. And every year, the varietal breakdown changes because it's whatever is the most Lytton Springs-like blocks that have the most texture and structure and ageability. And this year we have 78% Zinfandel, 13 Petit Syrah, 6% Carignan, 2% Alicante Bouschet, and 1% Grenache. Grenache made the cut this year, which is exciting. It reminds me of like the older bottlings of Lytton Springs from the 1970s. You know, these bottlings that I absolutely fell in love with Ridge over these wines. And in blind tasting this year, Grenache made it back in. Look at this color. Oh, that's so pretty. When wines have beautiful balanced acidity, you can almost just see it in kind of the brightness of the red color of the wine. This just has gorgeous, gorgeous color. So 2024, again, it was a good growing year, and we kind of needed that after we had a couple years of drought and then a couple years of rain, and the vines have really rehabilitated. They've taken up nutrients, they've taken up water, they're producing fruit, but we also had a mild enough growing year that the vines didn't develop the fruit too quickly. So the fruit spend a longer time on the vine in 2024, developing beautiful, beautiful texture and structure in the grapes once we crush them. So brought in the fruit, macerated the fruit, native fermentation, aging in 53-gallon American oak barrels. And then once all of these blocks are fermented, we begin the assemblage process. And we are going in, we are tasting blind. We don't know what block we are tasting. And it's really, I think, probably the most honest way you can blend wine, because it takes the preconceived notion of what your brain thinks, what the ego thinks, it takes it completely out of the picture. And there's a vulnerability in just allowing our palates to lead the way. And that's something really amazing that Ridge does for all of our wines that are blended. Montebello, Lytton Springs, Geyserville. Oh, so pretty. So 2024 Lytton Springs, absolutely gorgeous blackberry, boysenberry, almost this really pretty like blueberry scone note in the nose. The texture and structure of this wine, it really represents the vineyard. Lytton Springs is about as essential dry creek mixed old field blend as it gets. It is such an honor to be able to work with these vines and help preserve these vines. Because if we don't make wine from them, then 50 years or 100 years from now, will our children be able to taste Lytton Springs? It's an immense responsibility, but it's also a lot of fun, right? So fun to introduce wines to our friends, introduce wines to our children once they're of drinking age. Wine is really all about community and gathering and enjoying the space. And if you can appreciate plants that have been grown on a specific parcel for 130 years in that process, that's just really special. Really cool that we have the opportunity to do that and taste a piece of history. I love this 2024. And after 2023 was such a cool growing year, that 2024 was a very welcome kind of normal year. You'll taste that in the texture, the concentration, and the structure of this wine. I think this one's gonna be a pretty long-lived Lytton Springs. So I'm gonna lay a few of these guys down just after tasting this today. Cheers, guys.